everybody, it's Sharon here. Welcome back to my channel for those who are returning, and welcome to any new subscribers that may be visiting for the first time. So I'm in my mixed media craft room and I've decided I wanted to make some collage fodder. Now I'm not going to lie, collage fodder is not a term that I heard of until just recently, and I've been playing, as you know, with my gel press, my gel plate, and I really love the way they've turned out, and I've decided I want to create myself some more painted items to use in my collage work. So I have here on my desk an array of different papers, some different brown papers, including packaging paper, and I have some of the masking paper. I also have some plain white paper, some tissue paper, I have some tracing paper and some rice paper, and I also have this large art pad which I got from Kmart. It's not an expensive paper by any means, but I really just want to play. I also have to my left some more of my fussy cutting scraps from the matte photo paper. So sorry, I had to stop and think about that. So I'm just going to set these aside. I have my box here to my right that I use to put my painted items in. Now I have a piece of the large visual diary paper on my tile. As you know, I use my tile as my palette, and that's partly to stop any light reflection. So that is why that's there. So I'm just going to get some, oh, my squeaky chair. I really need to get a different chair for this room. I just want to get some different paper to get me started. I should have brought a ruler into my craft room out here, but I forgot. I'm pretty sure I had one out here and then I moved it because I needed it in my other space, and I've forgotten to bring it back out again. So I just want, so this is perforated, so I'm just tearing that down the perforation. I think this one is 2. It's much longer though. I'm not even sure that this video will see the light of day. I have been contemplating for some time about doing this and whether or not I wanted to do it on camera or off camera. But I've told you before, I always feel guilty if I do things and I don't video. So I'm videoing, even if I show you the highlights. That's not quite right, because I'm not sure that there will be highlights. Even if I show you bits and pieces, is what I was thinking. I think I just want to start with some smaller pieces. So I don't care if they're not exactly perfect. They're just going to be torn up to use in some collage work probably, and maybe some clusters and things, I'm thinking. So just looking to see what papers I have. This is just a brown paper. It was actually gifted to me by a family member. So I thought that was just something a little bit different. It's quite tough, this paper, actually. It's a good quality, I think. It almost has a recycled feel about it. Now I have tissue paper here that I've torn down already, and as you can see, I'm looking to get myself an array of different papers, textures, colours, or coloured backgrounds. So I have my rice paper here, so I'm just going to tear out a sheet of that. And I have decided if I like using these papers in my crafting, whoops, didn't do that very well, did I? I was too busy looking at it, deciding whether I need to tear it differently, and then next minute, never mind. I need to clean up that edge, I think, so it doesn't tear the same way each time. If I like this, not the process, because I know I'm going to have lots of fun with the process, but if I like using the Collage Fodder in my creations, coming out and doing the Collage Fodder can be very therapeutic, I'm thinking. I think it'll be really fun and relaxing, and just a little bit of playtime at my craft table is what I'm thinking, so I'm excited about that. Okay, so this is a pack of tracing paper. I purchased this from Riot Arts and Crafts. I think they're called Riot Art online and here in Australia, and I also got the rice paper from there as well, and I did share that in a collecting and gathering video I did a little while back. And I also have some more of this visual art diary paper. That I'm also going to tear down. I'm tearing them down partly because I want to use different papers. I figured that having a smaller piece would be quicker and easier to manage. That's what I'm thinking. So just tearing myself a smaller piece of that. Okay, and I think I might tear this one in half too. If I can. It's tearing easier than I thought it would. I was just like, I don't have a ruler, I don't have a bone folder out here. Okay, so now, so I have lots and lots of choices. This is going to be great. I love it. I love the colours all working together already. Okay, so the other thing I have here are some plants that I've collected and gathered from my garden. I have no idea if I'll use those yet or whether I just want to stick to using brush strokes, but let's get started. So I have all of my Jo Sonjas paints out that I was using, I think, in my last video, and this is the Storm Blue. And the other colour I want is a white, I think. And this white is almost done, so I don't know whether I will get much out of it. Oh yes, there's enough there. Okay, I also have brushes to my left, all different shapes and sizes. Well, all different sizes, not so much the shapes. Now, the one thing I learned from doing the painting that I've done recently, between the gel plate and also the challenge, Roxy Creations challenge on doing the hand painted ephemera, is that I prefer my paint colors watered down. So this is actually a gouache. This, no, not that one. This one is a gouache, the Storm Blue. And so even playing with acrylics and with gouache, I've decided that I much prefer that watered down colour. So that's what I'm aiming for. So I'm just making some marks on these papers. Okay, keeping it simple. I don't want to complicate it. A bit more water. I'm like, do I want more or do I want less? I think I'll stick to 7 lines. 2, 4, 6, 7. Don't know why I'm shrugging my shoulders right now. I don't know why. I'm sorry, I think I just bumped the camera. So this is just some packaging paper. Lost count. Okay, this is the same paper as this one. So, well, that's run because of the way it's sitting. I don't really have a lot of room on my desk. I do have my water. It's probably out of camera. So this is a fairly thick brush. For now, I'm just sticking to the same pattern or the same mark making on my paper, on each different type of paper. And this will be a really fun way for me to become comfortable with actually using a paintbrush, because I don't know if I said in my last video, but you can see how that really seeps into the paper. I love that. I really haven't done any painting since I was probably, gosh, oh no, I've actually got a watercolor canvas next to me that I started, gosh, I cannot remember, many moons ago. I love the way that seeped through that paper. Many moons ago. I haven't gotten back to it. I really love it. I actually have come to love the fact that it's unfinished, which has made me question whether I want to finish it or whether I just want to leave it as is. Now there's a smoother surface. I'm choosing to use the rougher surface on this masking paper. But yes, I don't use a paintbrush very often, so I just want to get comfortable using the paintbrush again. Okay. So I just have some paper towel here. I'm just drying off my brush on there. I do have, actually I'll need to use that to get myself some paint. So I'm sticking with the same colour because I still have it on my palette. I might add a little bit of white. And I want some water. Okay. So this is actually from a cotton reel, I think, or I don't remember. I've got 2 of them. I've saved them for using in mark making, something like that. So I'm just going to use that. I wasn't expecting it to have the inside filled in, so that's unexpected. But kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to leave that one like that. I really love that. I really love that some of them are coming out more solid. Okay. I am noticing that this is starting to push down and out, and I'm seeing the layers of, it looks like a card. So that's really fun. It also means that the impressions, oh, I'm getting dots through that paper again, love that. That's the other reason I wanted the paper down. To pick up any residue. Okay, I'm going to need some more paint and water. Okay. I really love the subtleness of the paints that I'm getting by watering them down. It's so much more me than using a thick, heavy paint. And I love that I have that flexibility. Two more with the circles. So this is just the tissue paper left. And I am getting to the end of my colour. Oops, and I'm going to call that done. Did just end up with my fingerprints in there, so there we go. Okay, and you can see how I'm getting build up of different marks on this paper. Well, that's really fun. It's really satisfying. Okay. It's kind of like drawing with a pencil or crayon, but it's different. Okay, and clearly this will have a shelf life because that's quite separated at the end now as it becomes wet, but I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm just looking to see what's on my desk. I have this cork here. It looks like I've used it for printing before. I don't remember what it was that I was printing, but I think I might work some more with a lighter blue. So I'm changing the colour but sticking to the same shade. Whoops, that's okay. love the way I said that, like it's a Picasso painting that I have here in front of me. It's okay that I made a different mark. I didn't mean to, but it's okay. I think I'll use the opposite side of my cork. So this is more like a splotch really, which I love. Going to need a lot more paint. That was more white than I anticipated. Okay, so I took it one step, well, probably 5 steps too far there. So I just want to see if I can bring that down in colour. It's a bit closer, I think. So just adding some water. Okay, so this is a thicker paint now. Not intentional, but okay. And I would like to water that down some more. Okay, and it's a little heavy in places, so I'm just going to print that off. Okay, happy with that. So this is the rice paper, I believe. It's really, really thick. It's not how I like to work with my paint. So I'm just stamping off onto, well, that's a fun splotch. Well, that was unexpected because I've watered that down. I get some really fun splotches. Okay, I love that. That's really fun. Okay. I wonder how that will work on the tracing paper. I need more water. think I needed an apron. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. I'm not getting the splotches on this. I think that because the paper is more absorbent. So that's fine. Possibly haven't got as much water on here either. I literally just put my arm into my painted paper. Getting messy, guys. You know you're having fun when you're getting messy. Look. Never mind. No. I didn't know whether it was the amount of water. It does make a difference. Okay, I'm getting better splotchy marks there. Okay. Calling that one done. Okay, I need some more paint. So I am noticing it needs to be a little bit heavier for this brown paper. I love the splatters I'm getting all over here because I'm playing in my paint. So this is a much lighter blue than the two I've previously used. Okay, so, oh, there's one more piece that I haven't made marks on. No, I think that's all of them. Okay. Oops, wrong side. So just getting the excess paint off that cork. Okay. Now, something I've kept on my desk is this matted wire, and it's actually the wire out of the visual arts diary that I had. I can dig it back out again. So I think it's the wire that I've taken out of one of these diaries, and I just kind of scrunched it up when I took it out of the diary. And for some reason I really loved the way it looked. So I'm wondering if we can utilize this to make some marks. Just watering down my paint. Might make it a little bit darker, I think. Okay, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Okay. I'm not even sure whether it looks like anything, but I like it. It's different. And I've had fun making it, so that's all that really matters. I'm really loving these splotches on this. This is the rice paper, I think. Okay, I think what I want to do, I have this leaf here, and I think so secondary impression is far better on the rice paper. I did just think as I put it down, the rice paper is a lot more porous, so the paint will spread further. So well, that's really fun there too. Okay, not bad for a first play. So I have the tissue paper, and I'm kind of popping it into wet paint, which isn't ideal. Maybe I need to use something that's solid on the back. I don't mind the marks from the wire, but I don't have a lot of contact, so it does take a little bit of doing to get a small area done. I do love the delicateness of the marks though. Just trying to rotate it so that the lines go in all different directions, and I'm going to water down this paint. I am using distilled water in my water jug. Okay. Now I'm wondering if I use the back of the leaf, whether I will get a different impression. No, I think I like the front better. It's better I'm being too heavy-handed with it. So you can see that tracing paper is curling a little bit. It's not as easy to stamp the packaging paper because it's uneven. It's been wrinkled up and screwed up to be put into the packaging, so the surface is more uneven. And that's a fun impression on that paper. I wonder how that will go. It's a fairly saturated coverage, that one. No, it's not really leaving a proper impression of the leaf on this paper because of the wrinkling, and that's fine. If all I get are marks, then that's fabulous too. Okay, so there we have our final results. I'm sorry, I kind of forgot to talk at the end. I got busy just playing and I forgot you were with me, so I do apologize for that. But I had lots and lots of fun with it. It was fun to play with different papers and to see how they played with the gouache or paint in contrast to the others. So the rice paper here, as I said, I got some really great, really fun splotches with the paint. Whereas my splotches ended up more like marks on some of the other papers. So just really fun to experiment with different substrates. Actually, I have the tracing paper here as well. So, and of course the tracing paper, although it does have a little tendency to be porous to a degree, it's quite the opposite. The paint tends to sit on top of the tracing paper rather than to be absorbed into it. So, but I really love the way they all look. I think they're going to be lots of fun to use in my crafting. I do want to have another play with this technique and this play, and I will probably do that off camera and just show you the results as I use them. So oh, I did want to show you my splatter mat, my splatter paper. I really love that, and I did have a little play with splattering some paint over the top when I finished. So really love the way that turned out too. So I hope you've enjoyed watching along, and I hope you got to craft with me. I look forward to seeing you all soon, everybody. Please stay safe, stay inspired, and happy crafting. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.